Let's take a look at opening stored files. To do that, we can go to File, Open Account, or select Open Account icon right from the toolbar. We can search for the file by browsing the C drive, then look for our SKSS Accounts folder. We can also sort by file type, depending on which panel you're working with. When you open up the file, the first tab you'll see on the far left is Account Information Screen. Here on the upper left, you'll see Customer Account Number. Again, not to be confused with your Central Station's reporting account number. This is your computer account number, one of the two access codes we have to match up to gain access into the panel. The Account Information tab will also display your panel type and version. You can always look on the panel itself. In the upper left-hand corner, you see a barcode that'll show panel type and version, or through any keypad, you can go through and take a look under System Info. Let's take a look over to the next tab, which is General Parameters to the right. Up first, you'll see Computer Code. By default, it's 0 for all Kinght panels. You can also view this to the keypad programming under Computer Account Options. Let's say we did want to change our account number and we want to transfer this information back to the panel. So first, on Account Information tab, we'd put in our new account number, such as 1234. And then we go to File, Download Account, and click OK, and it should start making the transfer. However, Security Not Granted appears. The reason it appears, we have to match all of our security settings to match what is currently programmed in the panel, which by default, the computer account number is 5820 and the computer code would be 0
on a 5820 XL.
In order to make a successful download of the new information on the File Account Download tab, we would have to enter the correct computer account number and the computer code to match what is currently programmed in the panel, such as 5820 and 0. So then when we click OK, we should get successful for our status. Just to recap, to have a successful communication with the panel, we need the correct computer account number, computer code, correct type, the correct version, and the panel has to be in a ready condition. Being the fact that we have different panels with different versions, we also have a translate feature. When you have an account open, you can find that under File, then Translate. What it does, it will help us save time and effort when it comes to reprogramming replacement panel. For example, you had a version 5 panel currently installed, something happened to it, but now we're replacing it with a newer panel. We could simply open up the file, go to File, then Translate, select the correct version we need to translate that file to,
and then download that new version to the panel. I would also like to point out the version 10 or newer panels will be able to accept the SK protocol of SLC devices. Here's a list updated that can be done by the Kinght Repair Department. Version 1s can be updated all the way to version 4. 5s can be updated to 8. And 9s can be updated all the way to version 14.
General Parameter also offer options such as daily savings times. How do you want to display your clock? Either 12-hour time or military time. Plex door option, or which SLC protocol, either Hochiki
or SK protocol.
Custom banner allows us the option to customize the banners that's displayed on the panel versus the internal banner. Just make sure you select custom banner if you want it to display your custom banner. Alternative Zone Hox names allows us to customize our Zone Auxiliary 1 and our Zone Auxiliary 2 name, such as in this example, we have Zone Aux 1 as a hood and Zone Aux 2 gas. So now, when those events activate, instead of seeing Zone Aux 1 or Zone Aux 2, we would see hood or gas, the actual names of those events. Up top, in the middle column, under water flow delay, this would be an additional delay on top of whatever the mechanical delay already is. Under global options, first you have low AC, which means it will wait the number of hours you enter there before it sends out a low AC report. The default is 3 hours. Then we have report events. You have the option to either report by zone or by the actual point number of the device. Under system alarm output pattern, we have the option to set certain output patterns for different events such as a fire drill, a system auxiliary 1, or a system auxiliary 2. Now these are non-mappable events. So other events such as detector alarm, water flow, pole station, we will do those and those patterns over in our mapping tab under software mapping. Right below that, we have alarm verification time. Here, we can set the time limit for alarm verification zones. We'll talk about alarm verification more when we get to our zone tab. Below that, you have synchronization. Sync strobes when audible silence. Here, with the click of a button, if we have that selected, for 2-wire horn strobes, we can still have our strobes synced and silence our horns. On the right-hand column, we have our clock source. Depending on where you're in the world, is usually 60 Hertz for the US, 50 Hertz for other parts of the world, such as South America, or you have an internal clock option itself. Right below that, you have event display, auto display, Otis event. And here's what it means. Let's say, for example, you have 2 phone line troubles, phone line 1, phone line 2. Normally, you would see trouble, CNT, which means count, 2, then you have to scroll down. If you have this option selected, phone line 1 would display automatically on the top line, and then you'd see that it was 1 of 2 troubles. And our last option is our emergency communication system options, ECS for short. Now that is to be used
when we're working with a 5020XL EVS panel
with the built-in integrated emergency communication system. With that option selected, we can set timers to lock out certain users or relinquish control to certain user. You'll learn more about that in the ECS course. Let's take a look at the next tab over.